Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Khorasan, the Caliph and the Corruptor. Today, let's discuss right guidance. So let's think together for a moment. Let's think about this phrasing, right guidance. What does right guidance mean to you? What have you heard right guidance means? What does right guidance look like in the world? How is it expressed? How is right guidance experienced? These are very important questions that I would like you to contemplate, to go into sajda, to ask Allah, what does right guidance feel like? What does it look like? So I would ask you to think in terms of word clusters. Like if you were to take a sheet of paper out and jot down as many words as possible associated with right guidance, what comes out on the paper? So you could actually take a piece of paper, you could draw a line down the middle, and on the right side, write down what right guidance looks like. On the left side, write down antonyms, opposites. And consider it for a moment. What does right guidance look like? How is it expressed? How is it experienced? And then, what is the opposite of right guidance? So many people are going to think about externals. Things that are related to materialistic ways of looking at the world and experiencing the world. Material, external, outward expression. In an Islamic context, many people are going to think about where your pants are cut off, if they're rolled up, if they're sewn up, if you have your sleeves rolled up during prayer, if you have your head covered during daily life and during prayer, whether you wear a scarf and how you wear your scarf, the length of your hair, the length of your beard, if you wear a beard or not. And people will often prejudge and misjudge based on this data, this external observation. We need to be discerning in the world, meaning to have proper judgment, proper assessment. We need to see things accurately the way they are, for this is justice, to see things correctly and to behave accordingly. And within the Islamic context, we are to behave in a merciful and compassionate manner, in a wise manner, meaning that we sift the vastest range of data sets, sifting through all the information, searching for knowledge which has value which is applicable and practical, which we can derive meaning from. And in the application of knowledge, we are expressing wisdom. After we express wisdom through proper application of knowledge, which has been sifted from vast data sets, then we are going to contemplate our every thought, our every word, our every action in order to cultivate and derive insight. For insight will arise through proper analysis. So, now the thing is, when we sift these data sets, first we need a proper methodology to sift data sets. To think about data. Now data, it is a datum, a single point of data, a single point of information is a sign, a symbol. Our external realm and our internal realm consists of signs and symbols. For instance, your body sensations are signs and symbols. We are to contemplate our inner signs. These are our body sensations. This is the breath, which is a borderland between the internal and external. And we could argue that body sensations at the skin level, at the audible hearing level, this is the place where the two C's meet. the inner and the outer realms. Now, as we sift sensory data, sensory signs and symbols, that which we observe with our eyes, our ears, our tongues, our nose, and our skin, on the surface and subsurface, that which is experienced through the nervous system, through the nerve clusterings and nerve endings, all of these are ways that we sift data, that we sift information, that we read the external world and the internal world, because we are to be readers. Reading is proper reading, close reading, deep reading of the outer and the inner is a form of deep listening, close listening, because the ears and the eyes are very intertwined. They're very interrelated. And so we can use many of the same words to express the same efforts. So we read with our eyes, but we read with our ears. We listen with our eyes, we listen with our ears. This might sound paradoxical and strange, but contemplate it and you will see the truth of it, inshallah. Also, we are also reading with our tongues and our noses, which the tongue and the nose are interrelated. Smell, the olfactory sense, and the tasting sense are interrelated. If your smell is damaged, then your taste is damaged. If your taste is damaged, then your smell is damaged to some extent, because they work together in harmony. They have a unicity between them, a harmony, an interrelationship. So when we read, we taste the data. When we smell, we taste the data. This is what many different creatures are doing. They are reading the world through the tongue. They are reading the world through the nose. They are reading the world through the ears and the eyes. They are reading the world through the skin. We are reading the inner and the outer world. Now, humans, we have a way of contemplating and experiencing the world and analyzing it in various ways. We are to be deep readers. We are the place where the two seas meet, the inner and the outer world, the material and the subtle worlds. The heart is the mind within the mind. I'm saying all this to get back to the point of what is right guidance and how is it experienced in the world. Now, when we right guidance, first off, many of us historically come into right guidance because we are suffering. We are suffering creatures. We suffer tremendously as a species. And why do we suffer? This is one of the great themes of philosophy. And the prophetic tradition deals extensively with the question of suffering. And the prophetic tradition is extended worldwide. And there have been prophets who have gone to every people throughout the world. We're a very diverse species, but we're interconnected through our sacred, Kun-created living water, through our sacred, Kun-created soil, through the union of water and soil is Kun-created clay, which holds a resonance of Kun, a vibratic expression from the Creator. It's a creative energy which is threaded through everything within creation. Your every thought, your every body sensation, your every breath, your every sensory experience, your every thought, your every memory is all threaded through with Kun. How could Kun end? How is Kun experienced and expressed? We experience it through presence, We have to be very present in the moment. We have to observe and read all of the outer and the inner reality. We seek truth as al-haq, the truth, the absolute truth, which never changes, which cannot be properly conceptualized. We can never reach it or fully grasp the truth, the reality with our thoughts, with our words, with our actions. However, the expression of truth, the vibratic expression of truth within all of creation is kun. And this is very similar to the way that Om is described. And throughout all of the major traditions of the world, there is a conceptualization of a vibratic creative force and energy that is threaded through and creating the world all around us in this very moment. You can be a witness to creation in the moment, a witness to the oneness of truth. So we could say, truth seeking is not merely seeking absolute truth as it is, because we can experience truth directly. This is we use terminology like by the permission of Allah, we can experience truth. Now, if we want to, and also we talk about drawing near to Allah, we draw near to the truth through everything within this outer and inner realm. We draw near unto the truth by seeking truth as it really is. So we observe everything externally. We want to see exactly the way it is. Everything internally we want to see and experience directly as it really is. Not as we imagine it to be, not as we want it to be, not as we hope or desire it to be, not even the way that we think it to be. Because a lot of our thoughts are delusional and misguided and wrong. And that's where we get dajjal, the liar, the deluder, the corrupter, the manipulator, versus the expression of right guidance, the Mahdi, alayhi salam, the caliph to come. So I'm talking about paths of delusion versus paths of right guidance. Have you ever met a prophet in person? Have you ever met a truly spiritually mature human in person? We're often deluded by people's nafs, and they will create a false egoistic expression of who they are in the world. They will carve themselves into an idol for people to adore, for people to worship, for people to revere and respect. And they derive authority and power from this. This is a type of magic. It's a manipulation of the material realm through frequency and vibration. But I would argue that if we are to protect ourselves from and overcome the inner dajjal, the inner liar, the inner corrupter, to overcome the delusion within and all around, because it's a system, it's a path, it's an individual expression. This is a very deep subject. If we are to protect ourselves from this, then we have to be rooted in the truth. The truth is always the firmest handlehold. The truth is the shelter from the storm. And truth is wise. Truth is compassionate. Truth is beautiful in the source of beauty. Truth is creative. Truth is the creator. The more that we overcome egoism, the more that we overcome selfish expression, selfish thinking, selfish words, selfish action, the more we come into right guidance. Right guidance is experienced and expressed in relationship to the names, the beautiful names. So, a rightly guided person is going to be experienced as a compassionate force in the world. Rightly guided people are compassionate. They are merciful. They are kind. They are loving. They are wise and they are discerning. They are just. They don't lie about what reality is. They're honest about it. They don't lie to themselves. They don't lie to others. They seek truth. They speak truth, inshallah. Right guidance is an expression of spiritual maturity in the world. To be a mature and upright man, a mature and upright woman, a child of Adam alayhi salam, a son of Adam, a son of man. When we are in our mature expression, when we are upright, when we are rectified, erect, upright, being able to stand in mountain pose with dignity, with integrity, being contemplative of the outer and the inner realms, and turning away from all that which is idolatry, all that which is healthy or unhealthy attachment to falsified thoughts, words, and actions about people, places, things, and ideas. Okay, so I'm kind of a little bit all over the place with that one, so let me just go back to it. So idolatry is unhealthy attachment, unhealthy devoted attachment to falsified views or conceptualizations of people, places, things, and ideas. So it's a wrong view of people, places, things, and ideas. And a wrong view always has wrong practice associated with it. If we have a wrong way of viewing people, then we are going to behave toward them incorrectly. And we will often be deceived. Sometimes self-deceived. Other times deceived by the ways that they word themselves, that they express themselves externally. So they will know, magicians know how to deceive, how to manipulate your mind through manipulating your sensory experience of them and the reality that they are, because they're not able to create anything, but they can manipulate and organize the data in such a way that you are deceived or that we are deceived. May we not be among the deceived and the delusional. May we all be rightly guided, inshallah. May we be upright and mature. In a mature state, we become fearless. In a mature state, we become discerning and we see through the lies. In a mature state, we live in a way that is beneficial to ourselves and to all of not only humanity, but to all of creation. Because the more that you come into self-knowledge and maturity, the more you come out of delusion and illusion, the more you can see properly and behave accordingly in a just manner. Because we are truth seekers. We stand on truth. We live according to the truth. Only truth is worth living for. Only truth is worth dying for. And we should die to falsehood every moment. Like, in other words, only the truth can remain. We need to see through falsehood. We need to see properly what's really occurring in the outer and the inner world, the inner realms. We need to study ourselves and be very honest and real with ourselves. People are lying to themselves about all types of things. I see this in the eschatology world all the time. People get attached to teachers' views, to specific teachings, to sequences of events, to narrations, to readings of scriptures, to readings of the world. Now, if they're genuinely, sincerely seeking truth, then inshallah they will overcome that. But many people are not seeking truth for themselves. They are taqleeds, they are blind followers, and they are blindly following others. They are not thinking critically. They do not know how to utilize their critical thinking apparatus. And worse than that, they do not have proper intuitive understanding and experience of the world, because we are deeply intuitive beings. And this is a strength of the sons of man, the sons of Adam, the sons of humanity, the daughters of Adam, the daughters of humanity. All women are also of Adam and expressions of the Adamic reality. We are the Adamic species, the Adamic race. We are not to be among the idolaters. We are to see things as they are and behave justly, mercifully, compassionately. We are to live in an authentic manner and study to find what is real in an accurate manner, not in a delusional manner. So right guidance is expressed in ways according to correct view. Like we need to suffer and want to come out of suffering. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pause on that point and begin a part 2 in a second, inshallah. But until then, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. You are well loved and greatly appreciated.